Audio Jungle.
We are talking about combating HIV, and South Africa is the most country that is affected by HIV, and South Africa covers the majority of the world population. That's why my team talk about South Africa, and my opponent say that South Africa is not important. We shouldn't talk about South Africa. Are you talking about this motion, may I ask? Ladies and gentlemen, respected judges, HIV is transmitted through unsafe sex. And prostitution is the biggest source of unsafe sex. There are 40 to 40 million prostitutes in the world today. Now, respected judges, ladies and gentlemen, let me show you the cycle of HIV transmission through prostitution. Now, an HIV-infected prostitute infects a client, and that infected client infects his wife. And through his wife, his kid will get infected. And now, that same client will go and infect another prostitute. And now that another infected prostitute will go to infect another client. And can you see this cycle of HIV transmission? How big? It's so big. How big? Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's do some math. For every 40 million prostitutes, let's count one client per prostitute per day. That means 40 million prostitutes serve 40 million clients per day. And in 100 days or less than 4 months, 40 million prostitutes will serve 4 billion clients. Wow! More than half of the world population. That's why I'm standing here. I'm saying that condom is really important, but we shouldn't sell condom. I cannot wait to wait for someone to come to buy condom. I cannot wait. I will go and contribute condom. I and my team will go and contribute condom. We will give condom for free. We will give condom to anyone for free, everywhere, in shopping mall. We cannot wait prostitutes to go shopping and buy condom. We cannot wait 6 clients to go to pharmacy and buy condom. That's why I'm strongly disagree to the House, because selling of condom, encouraging the sale of condom is not effective. Encouraging the sale of condom, it means to delay the fight for HIV. That's why we should not even think about public school, because I'm telling you now, public school has been not successful in some area of the world, and I'm talking about the world, and not just focus on one country, and talking about majority population of the world. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, my opponent writes about one thing. It is completely senseless to realize more of HIV and AIDS as a main curriculum in the public school system, as well as encourage condoms to sell in the school to combat and reduce the HIV and AIDS. You said that Nigeria, as the second country, is mostly infected by HIV and AIDS. That's why you have to include the sex education in conference sex as a main curriculum, as a main public school system. So, the letter like this, you are going to sell or you are going to contribute in condom or not depend on yourself. But the MDG, United Nations Millennium Development Goals, have set a technique. of the United Nations Millennium Development Goals. So we have to think about it. Should be here. You said it's senseless. It means that you don't want to reduce the HIV and AIDS. It's not a target of the United Nations Millennium Development Goals. Our country is very seriously before as a previously, but now we are members of the United Nations. We have strongly and roughly to satisfy ourselves. You have to think that as a private school or the public school would not really incorporate sex education as a main curriculum in the school public system. So what happened? One country is to be infected by HIV and AIDS more. We have to think about this. Strong list of the United Nations Millennium Development Goals, as I said again and again. So I would be very strongly believe that I will be agree on our motions. Thank you.
Of all the reasons and questions my opponent came up with, let me answer you with this. HIV infection is strongest when life itself is not normal. Rape, conflict, abduction, domestic violence, sex discrimination, social discrimination. They are daily life events in Nigeria. Many provinces in Nigeria have been declared as extremely high conflict zone. And you are talking about asking these people in this region to go to school and learn about sex education. Are we trying to save them or get them killed? Now, providing basic education alone is not easy, especially for poverty struck countries. We know education is very important, but it is not easy because public schools have been unsuccessful in so many ways. And now my opponent wants to use this medium, the shaky medium, to fight the greatest matters, the serious matter that face humanity today. Respected judges, we have made it very clear that HIV is the most serious matter faced by humanity today, and it needs to be dealt with extreme caution. It could never be controlled from inside the classroom. HIV could never be controlled from inside the classroom. My opponent is talking about educating people about HIV in a classroom. The funny part is, they fail to understand the life of those people who has the most chances of getting infection of HIV. I want to conclude this by repeating the incident in Nigeria last week. More than 230 schoolgirls were abducted by the extremist group who refused to go to school and learn education. Now,
for very nice starting. So during this time we would like to give a 1 minute for judges to explore, and also really thank you for at Europe University and also American Intercon Institute, and so that it's time that you both can shake hands and yeah.
it up, a superstar is waiting for you on your way. Be sure one day the way will cross your way. Your eyes will open.
Hello everyone. My name is Alina and I am the team captain of the American Intercon Institute.
Respected JCI judges, my name is JCI AI debating.
Hello again ladies and gentlemen. My name is Navi AI debating.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am one of the team captains of PUCT. Thank you.
Initial on the up here. I am Linda, PUC veteran.
Again, I would like to say to my lovely David, now I am almost a champion. Again, I want to say thank you, please.
So we are excited for this competition. So I would like to announce that the competition is starting right now. Please give them a big applause.
HIV is transmitted most through unsafe sex. That means safe sex is the key to prevention of HIV transmission. Now, are sex workers related to HIV transmission? Yes. How much are they related to HIV transmission? In a very big way. Respected judges, we are American Intercon Institute and we strongly agree with this House that we would legalize sex work in order to make control more feasible and effective to combat HIV/AIDS. Now, there are 40 to 42 millions of prostitutes in this world. Prostitution is a very big industry that provides only sex. Now, sex workers, their clients, and their regular partner are the key population that we need that are at risk of HIV infection. Now, what does it mean by legalizing? Legalizing means it is approved, accepted by the government and by the society. Legalizing means we have rules, regulation, rights, proper exchange of cost and service. How many sex workers use condom? How many sex workers have proper medical checkup? How many sex workers are mentally and physically fit? Now, by legalizing sex work, we provide them a chance. By legalizing sex work, we install control, order, and management in sex work. By legalizing sex work, the government can have a grip over who is infected and who is not. Legalizing sex work means government can make sure that sex work is carried out under proper use of condoms and other measures to prevent HIV infection. Therefore, we must legalize sex work. Thank you.
Judges, ladies and gentlemen, it is obvious that AII teams did not define that legalizing sex work made more control feasible and effective. They forget to see that when legalizing sex and it made control more feasible. And let me tell you what is feasible. Feasible means more practical, possible, and easily done. Ladies and gentlemen, how could you legalize sex work in a country like Muslim, ladies and gentlemen, where the cultural relativism is extremely high, ladies and gentlemen? Are you saying that you telling the government, hey, Mr. Government, you legalize it in this country because we want to prevent prostitution. We want to prevent prostitution from happening, and we also want to reduce HIV. This is impossible. Let me tell you what. Although it's possible, but it is not feasible, ladies and gentlemen. Why? Let's check Muslim world, ladies and gentlemen. It accounts for And if you calculate math, it's going to be 1.4 billion people according to Michigan University, ladies and gentlemen. And you're going to see that, hey, all these people, we want to legalize sex work in your country, while the people don't want. For this reason, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to propose to you two resolutions. Number one, it's not going to work and doable in some countries, like in particular Muslim world, and sex education through mass media will be the most feasible, ladies and gentlemen. We are proud to oppose. Thank you.
Respected judges, respected JCI, ladies and gentlemen, legalizing sex work is a guarantee that the sex worker have a place in the society. A guarantee that they no longer have to hide themselves in the society. It's a guarantee that the government will support, supervise, and help them. This will make them more aware, more serious about the importance of prevention of HIV transmission. It will make them more of an active citizen. Legalization with proper wages, proper rights, proper medical care, proper working conditions. This will empower and improve their livelihood. We can also provide sex education through legalization of sex work. When we legalize sex work, meaning we put pressure on the clients, meaning that it will give the sex worker more right, more power to say no to the clients who refuse to use condoms. Let me do some math. There are 40 million prostitutes in this world. Let's count one client per sex worker per day. That will give us 40 million clients. So, by 100 days, we would have this 40 million sex workers would serve 4 billion people, more than the world population, more than half of the world population. This means that if the government have a grip on these people, these 40 million people, we can provide sex education and make sure half of the world use condom in less than 100 days. Thank you.
Good afternoon, honorable judges, ladies and gentlemen. What Mr. Speaker 2 from AII just said, legalize this worker guarantees the place for prostitutes in the country. And in Cambodia, we see a lot of prostitutes and there is no legalized sex worker. Why prostitutes still can place in this country? So what you prove is wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, and my honorable judge, we are debating today is to solve the problem of the globe. So the solutions must be or must solve all part of the world. So how can legalized sex can apply in the Muslim country, ladies and gentlemen? Let me show you. According to Sex and Muslims, Amma Part 1 in 2007, the role of sex education with related to sex among Muslims is taboo subject. So avoid Muslim country. According to Tashi reports on April 2014, Iran, like in the most other Muslim countries, the need of sex before marriage among young people and failure to achieve adolescent sexual health is the main barrier to combating HIV/AIDS. Those things, I mean sex, talk about sex, really avoid Muslim countries. So now, I'm going to ask one last question to my AII brothers and sisters. How can you text or how can you say about sex in Muslim country when the Muslims avoid? Thank you. Be thankful.
My opponent seems to fail to understood the point. Now, biggest, the world's oldest profession. And, my friends, did you also know that prostitution worldwide generates over $100 billion per year? $100 billion per year, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let me talk about the cycle of HIV transmission through prostitution. An infected sex worker infects a client, and that infected client go and infects his wife. And through his wife, his kid also get infected. And now, that same HIV infected client will go and infect another sex worker. And then another sex worker will go and infect another client. And this go on and on. This is a very scary, shocking pictures. Now let me run this again for my opponent. An infected sex worker infects a client, and that infected client infects his wife, and through his wife, his kid also get infected. And then at the same time, the same client go and infect another sex worker, and then another sex worker will go and infect another client. And we see that how big the cycle is. So that's why we have to legalize sex work in order to take control of this cycle. Control of this cycle means to control HIV, to stop HIV. I wish, respected judges, I wish I could have a chance to ask a greatest JCI founder, Mr. Henry Gansberg. I wish I could have a chance to ask him, and I'm confident and I believe that he would have understood that to legalize prostitution, we can take control and we can stop HIV, because prostitution is the main cause of unsafe sex. And unsafe sex is the main cause of HIV. That's why we have to legalize prostitution. That's why we have to legalize sex work in order to take control. Do you think we can stop prostitution? That is something in our society. That's why we have to legalize. We have to make sure that we can control them. We can control prostitution, all the prostitutes in the world. That they can force, they can ask the sex client to use condoms. And at the time, government and everybody know that prostitution can stop HIV, because we have to legalize it. If we don't legalize it, that means
Honorable judges, ladies and gentlemen, legalize sex work, they say that we cannot stop legalize sex work, so we have to legalize sex work everywhere in the world. And if my lovely opponents can go to Muslim world and talk to the government, legalize sex work in your country. You are living in democracy. Democracy don't force people to do what they don't want. The people don't want. Let's just imagine this. Don't go far from our country. In Cambodia, people don't want sex to be legalized. But if you imagine the Prime Minister, he's going to talk on TV. Hey, Cambodia, we're going to legalize sex in Cambodia because it is the best way to combat HIV. How do you feel? We cannot accept it because it goes against our culture. And my opponent said to legalize it, it is feasible. It is easy, it is practical. No, it is not. In so many countries, it is not acceptable. And we're gonna prove you the right way to combat HIV to every country in the world. What is this, ladies and gentlemen? Our resolution is sex education through mass media, to phone, television, radio, poster, to educate people, as we believe it is a best way to combat HIV. Let me ask you a question, ladies and gentlemen here. Any of you don't have a phone here?
Yeah, we are having a phone. We are access to mass media, and mass media is the most effective way because it still the information to most of the people. We can not get the information about sex education, and let's use China as a good example. According to the State Council 2006, strengthening mass media communication is one strategy is the main strategy to reduce HIV in China. And this report also shown that 77.4% respond getting HIV through television program and public advertisement. They get 54.8%. Ladies and gentlemen, mass media is bring the world into one because everywhere in the world we are access to mass media, and education to mass media is more effective than just legalized sex work. Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to oppose. Thank you.
With due regard. Look. With due regards to my opponent, please stop pointing finger. Pointing finger does not solve any problem, and if you point at us, you're pointing at those 40 million prostitutes in the world. We would legalize sex work not because we want more HIV, because we want to control HIV infection. And by legalizing sex work, we control the 40 million prostitutes who serve 4 billion clients in just 100 days. How many days are you going to spend on mass media to control HIV infection in 100 days? How many people can you affect? How about those people in Muslim world who don't have TV or don't have any access to mass media? How would you affect them? What is your plan? Now, by legalizing sex work, we supervise them, we support them, we protect them, and we encourage the sex worker to use condom at any time and any case. My friend mentioned that we provide them space. That means we provide them something that they need. People in Cambodia, prostitutes in Cambodia are there, but they does not have the face because we ignore them. By legalizing sex work, we give them a space in the society and make them the active citizen. Isn't that a mission of JCI? Now, by legalizing sex work, we can also give them the confidence and the power to stand up against those customers who say no to condoms, and they will be punished if they don't use condoms. And that's why we must legalize sex work. And that's why we must legalize sex work in order to control and combat HIV infection. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, AIR team seem to be good at maths. They calculate around the circle, one from this and one from that, ladies and gentlemen. And what they told us is that they told us that we fail to understand the motions, but we say your logic is limited to analyze the motion. Let me tell you the motion is legalizing word will make control more feasible and control and effective to combat HIV. They cut off the motion into 2 pieces and talk a single piece, ladies and gentlemen. What they talk only prostitutions, but they didn't talk about how prostitution made it more feasible, effective, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we say, your logic is limited, ladies and gentlemen. What we are standing today, ladies and gentlemen, we are standing on two fundamental resolutions. Our first resolution is, if we legalize it, it is undoable in some country, in particular in Muslim country, where population consists of 1.4 billion according to Michigan University. What you are saying is this. You are saying the government legalize it to control, make it more feasible to combat HIV. But in your last debate, you told me that in South Africa got more high rates of, in Sub-Saharan Africa, got more high rates of HIV infected. How could you legalize it in a country where people don't accept it? Ladies and gentlemen, our next resolution is state education through mass media. Ladies and gentlemen, we're proud to oppose.
Right now. So
And the score number 6 is 224. Bang Sokha.
appreciate and ta vẫn đưa trong ban gì trong press conference chứ nhưng trong áo choàng thì bác liền ក៏ប៉ុន្តែយើងសម្រាប់ថាយើងយកតែមួយតែយើងនឹងព្យាយាមធ្វើការងារនឹងជារៀងរាល់ឆ្នាំអញ្ចឹងយើងអត់មានកំណត់ថាយើងមិនអាចចូលបានចូលឆ្នាំហ្នឹងហើយយើងមិនអាចចូលបានទៀតទេអូខេយើងចូលបានទៀតឆ្នាំក្រោយ never ever give up okay okay before I announce the winner I would like to remind that before you leave the hall please and please make sure you clean it let's do it កំប៉ុងទឹកសក់ខ្ញុំឃើញច្រើនណាស់នៅក្រោមជើង Okay? Okay? So it's time. Con bị lọt nói chung thấy Okay. Dân dùng tôm và ăn bình túc mùi ok ខ្ញុំអត់ប្រកាន់អ្នកលេខ1លេខ2ខ្ញុំប្រកាន់បន្ទុកមុនតែបន្ទុកនឹងអាចជាអ្នកលេខ1មុនឬមួយក៏អាចជាអ្នកលេខ2មុនអូខេអញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំសូមសួរកាប់តែបាទចង់ឲ្យខ្ញុំប្រកាសខាងណាមុនខ្ញុំឲ្យសិនទៅកុំឲ្យសិនរបស់ខ្ញុំវិញNo, chúng ta chỉ đang cho một hạt một chút. AI đó. AI. Okay. Exactly. Okay. Nhóm xong một hạt một chút qua AI. One, three. 0 and 2 so sorry 1302 okay so for PUC it starts from 1. And okay. Chân đây còn một lên chân kia đấy thầy nhưng phải ca lên cho khỏi đi. Yeah, I am right. So only that number. That is the last number. It should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? Okay. The final one. What?
about continuing to the